Attorneys for a former Letcher County sheriff are trying to keep the death penalty off the table in his case.
Back in 2024, Sean Mickey Steins was accused of shooting and killing District Judge Kevin Mullins. In this WKYT Fact Check, our Kristen Kennedy is looking into the statutes the attorneys say give them a chance to prove their case.
We've been reviewing this latest court filing. Mickey Stein's attorneys want a judge to determine that their client has a serious mental illness or a serious intellectual disability. Either of those would make it impossible for a jury to give a death sentence. There are two state laws the attorneys are citing that'll determine the next steps. The first is KRS 532-135. This determines the timing on this judgment. Stein's lawyers had to submit their request at least 4 months before trial. We don't have a trial date yet, but we do know the court must make its decision at least 3 months before trial. Then there's KRS 532-140. This is the statute saying a defendant will not be subject to execution if the court determines they have a serious intellectual disability or, and this was the part added in 2022, a serious mental illness. The law also states this doesn't prevent the defendant from any other sentence. They could still receive life in prison. It's important to note, no one's been executed in Kentucky since 2008. Steins' attorneys want to remove the possibility, and the court will need to decide at least 3 months before his trial begins. With this WKYT Fact Check, I'm Kristen Kennedy.